Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an
This is Jafric Radio.
Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan.
This is Jafric Radio.
Are you
Jafric Radio.
About your experience.
Jafric Radio.
This is Jafric Radio.
In Japan and
Jafric Radio.
Cultural shocks and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan.
This is Jafric Radio.
Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories from immigration issues to cultural shocks and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We are Ghana what Japan Tokyo Jafric Radio in collaboration with African Home Touch Restaurant and Bar.
This is Jafric Radio.
African in Japan. From jollof rice, from high life to Afrobeat. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story last Sunday of the month? A Hanel Bosso. Untimi New Film. Frenamba na Jimunchim 09083011149. Omutuo Special. Our African Home Touch Restaurant and Bar. Let's bring a taste of Africa to Tokyo. Numakue Boya Chidon. Jafric Radio. Japan. Africa Home Touch Restaurant. Roppongi. Tokyo. Yentimin Kane. Brian Nigana Diane Papa B. Yan took a semfa Ghana Num Papa B Niasa. A Brininier Jafric Radio. Connecting you to the African diaspora worldwide. Wait dear at the Mufua. This is for the Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences?
This is Jafric Radio.
Country, join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories from immigration issues to cultural shocks and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking,
this is Jafric Radio.
Humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories from immigration issues to cultural shocks and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear
this is Jafric Radio
and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan.
Welcome to our latest installment of the One Africa, One World series. Today promises to be a very, very exciting edition of the show because we are going to bring you a very special guest, a one in town, the only black African taxi driver in Japan. It's never happened before. Today my guest on the One Africa One World show is Mr. Hassan Karim, a man who is from Ghana and one of the strongest part of Ghana, Nima, a strong man. So today is my guest. Before we delve into the interview, we have to acknowledge our sponsors for today's show. We are proudly sponsored by Bayside Modeling Agency. Contact Bayside Modeling Agency on 090-8301-1149. Or if you aspire to become a model, a top model in the world, contact Bayside Modeling Agency. You can also contact Mama Ife Saloon in Takodan, Saitama, for the best in terms of your hairstyle. Contact them on 090-8301-1149. And for all your exclusive photos and visuals in terms of your coverage, contact 2K Photos for all your events. If you are having a wedding, an outdooring, any event of any sort, contact 2K Photos on 070-4231-9331 for all your exclusive content. And today we have a very special sponsor for this particular edition because we are out. We are in Omotesando, live in Shibuya in Tokyo. and we are proudly sponsored today by Honeycomb Chocolate Tea. For the best in terms of tea. In fact, you have to look at this. It's the best that you can get in the vicinity when you come to Omote Sando. And one of our supporters today is also Panasonic Beauty. In fact, they have given us this amazing place to conduct this particular interview. So for the best, in terms of the best, today we are here to bring you something that you've never experienced before. So stay tuned and then join us live on all our social media platforms. Jafik Radio live on Facebook, Jafik Radio on Instagram, YouTube as well. Don't forget to subscribe to all these channels, and we are going to get right into this exciting interview. Mr. Hassan Karim is my guest on the One Africa One Word show. Boss, thank you for making the time to join us on this episode.
Earlier on you mentioned I'm from Nima, but I'm from Shukura.
Yeah.
I'm from Shukura.
Wow.
Although I have some few families also in Nima. But when you talk of Zongo, all Muslim areas are called Zongo. So you should say I'm from Nima, where I would say okay, I accept it because Nima, Shukura, Fadama, El are the Zongo. Okay. Muslims we are always in the Zongo city.
That's interesting. For this part, yes. It's important that we begin the conversation with your journey, how you go to Japan. In fact, exactly when did you come to Japan?
Thank you so much. Actually, I came to Japan, my first visit was 26 September 2006.
2006?
Yeah.
Wow. So 2006 to now, we are talking about 19 years. 19 years. So we have roughly like a year and some months to hit exactly 20 years. Wow. You might be one of the most experienced people in Japan. Yes. Wow. 19 years. That's good. So before you came to Japan, obviously I'm sure you heard one or two things about Japan, and what was your impression about Japan before you traveled here?
I worked with the Japan embassy in Ghana.
Okay.
So whilst I was working with them, and then our current president, but then he was also serving in the Japan embassy as an information officer
for the embassy.
For the embassy of Ghana. That's John Dramani Mahama.
His Excellency.
His Excellency. That's where I started working there, and I was working with the direct secretary to the ambassador. Okay. So I would say we all been seeing each other by then. So I can see the Japanese people who were there, the way they were nice, and I know a lot of their culture. So that impressed me. And I said definitely one day I may travel to Japan.
Oh, so what it means is that you actually experienced Japan in Ghana before you came to Japan.
To Japan.
Wow. So you were already exposed to the culture.
Yes.
That will lead me to my next question.
Okay.
Most Africans who come to Japan, the first culture shock, the immediate culture shock they experience is the language. Did you have to take some Japanese language lessons in Japan, or you already understood the language before you came here?
Thank you so much. I didn't only work in the embassy that impressed me. My right uncles, I have almost now 3 uncles who were in Japan.
Okay.
And then one now, both 2 of them married to Japanese, and they all came back to Ghana and then reside for a while. So they normally, their family, my uncle's wife, they normally come to visit Ghana. So when they come, I will be the one moving with them. So that makes my Japanese language became very fluent before I came to Japan.
Oh, so you were already speaking Japanese before you came to Japan?
That was the, if I may use the Bugashiwan. Yeah.
Like the broken Japanese.
Broken Japanese.
Yeah, okay.
And sometimes I may use the word but I don't understand. But whilst working with the embassy, of Japan in Ghana, the staff also who are Japanese wanted to understand English. Okay. So they will not allow you even to speak the Japanese with them. You see how it works. So when we have visitors who are from Japan come to Ghana, because they want to understand English language.
So they don't want to speak Japanese with you at all.
Yes. But it's really difficult sometimes. What they say you don't understand, but you pick it. Likewise, what is happening now in Japan, in Ghana now, all the television drama that they show Mexicans, other languages, even Korean. Now we have Japanese Ghanaians who speak Korean, but they haven't traveled to Korea before. So that gave me the impression that let me learn this language. And if you understand Hausa, and the viewers who are watching us now, they will even tell you some of the languages in Hausa, some like looks like similar in Japanese. You see, because in Japanese they have the phrase which is like ta, ba, ta, sa, wa, and in Hausa, small time you hear someone say like wa wa. Sawa. If you can see the station names that we have, most of them the way it sound like Hausa language.
Oh,
so it's really
so that means that your case is a very special case because you already had a very broad, fine idea about Japan before you came here. One thing that probably is also a point of interest is that you had knowledge about the Japanese language, the Japanese culture and all that. Did you have any experience with the Japanese food before? Did you eat some obento before coming to Japan and all that?
Thank you so much. My right uncle, normally when they come, they have some food that it looks like Hausa, if I may say, wagashi. It's called wagashi. The white from milk. That's from milk.
I know wagashi.
Yeah.
What's the name in Japanese?
No, they have similar like that.
Similar.
It's called tofu.
Tofu
Is really a healthy food that they have it. So you can eat tofu with soup. You can eat tofu with okra soup. So here, that's what they normally like. It's a popular food and it's really rich food. You see, so I began eating that one, and I know it very well before I come to Japan. And then maybe like sushi. When I was in Ghana, sometimes my uncle's wife would bring it, but I find it difficult to eat raw meat and fish. But when I came here, it looks so easier for me because I already know that this is sushi and this is how they eat it.
So let's move from the experience in Ghana with the Japanese culture to when you really came to Japan.
Yes.
What was your port of entry?
My port of entry, Turkey.
No, I'm in Japan. Narita or Narita.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you had you work with Japanese people, your uncle and everybody. The very day you landed in the airport in Narita in September 2006.
Yeah.
Well, you landed and of course you know Kotoka and all of those things. So when you landed and then you saw Narita and the entire atmosphere and how the place was looking and everything, what was your first impression about the country?
Actually, my first impression, Narita looks so like see buildings, that tall buildings there, and it looks like mostly I would say. If now that I've been in Turkey for long, I would say it looked like a village. But I find that place as a night, but I didn't get first impression like shock or something. What made me just shocked more is when I came to Turkey, and that night we slept in a hotel. And that hotel, I feel like I couldn't sleep to the next day because I wasn't. And I don't understand one thing. The rooms were very small, and I was like, and. One thing that shocked me too, after we came to Tokyo that night, I'm looking for something to read. I've never seen anything like the way you can see now Panasonic, Starbucks. No, see something that you can read. Everything is in Japanese.
Japanese.
So that started giving me like, oh my God, is it how is it going to be? In the language even I don't understand, I only, but I started seeing that no, it's going to be difficult. Yeah. So that makes me to feel like, well, because from the airport I was literally, I love reading. So it's what I want something to read. And I will see something like Logoligi. What is that? Everything like Logoligi. So until I came, I said, no, this is not, is it going to work? It take me like almost getting to 1 week. I didn't see anything written by like in English.
In English.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week we spoke to the chairman of the Ghana Residents Association in Osaka, and then he narrated a very fine experience of back then. He came here in the 90s. There were no smartphones, there were no translators, there was nothing to help you. Like you see on the wall there's kanji or hiragana or katakana written there, and you can't have a smartphone to translate. Did you meet a same condition, or when you came, at least you could use there was translation or some sort to help you read, or you didn't have any opportunity, nothing at all?
Nothing. And I tell you, this time, one thing that I really make me, I had it very easier. I got a friend who she works in a convenience store where my first convenience store I entered. I have money I cannot buy because I owe the money. I don't know what I want to drink. I want water. And then I had a problem, but she helped me and we became friends. I just picked the water, Ghana. I picked the water and I opened and said, drinking it. Then she ran away and said, no. I said, then I told her, I have money. She said, no, I have to pay first. So there, I just put all the money down. And then she checked there's no Japanese yen. All is dollars. So what I have to do. And then by then there's no, even now like they only have machine, you put dollars inside and I said, wow, it's going to be something serious. And then it happened like she paid me the money and then she gave me a number, and in that time the phone that we used was this flip one.
Yeah, the flip
one. And I don't have phone yet, so I just took the number. So after I met my uncle who was to receive me, then he gave me a phone. Then I started calling her, no message. So if I see something, I'll call her, then I'll give her, then they will explain. Understand English.
She was speaking. She was able to speak a little bit English. Oh, then that makes it very, very easier.
So she became tired of me, and even now, if I be saying for almost 19 years now since then, because it takes like a month or two. That anything everywhere I go, I'll give her I'll call and she will talk to me. And she really helped me. Before I got to know that, if I would have known, I wouldn't have disturbed her. She might be my good friend, how when you come new. So it's just like a time was like moving faster than they told me that no, I should have told her. But I didn't know that I was disturbing her. I thought, and every day, if I go anywhere, I started speaking, I'll give it to her and she explained.
That was quite interesting. So moving on from that, so when you came, you were first in the hotel, or you came straight. Your uncles came to pick you straight.
Yeah, he picked me straight.
So at what point, why were your uncles not assisting you with buying the stuff that you needed to buy and then going? Or that was in the airport?
No, he picked me from the airport to hotel. Before he went there.
So now, at the airport, did you encounter any challenge in terms of going through the immigration process, in terms of the language, when you meet them, Elisha Mase, Konnichiwa, Genki Deska?
I wasn't alone. We came in a group, so there wasn't any, one person was holding our document and asking us we should go pass it before we reach outside, then everyone separated. Yeah.
So now you've come to mainstream Japan out of the Narita airport, and you are there. And so, what was your first major cultural shock? We know that you have said that you already had Japanese experience in Ghana, but your first major cultural shock, like something that you saw and say, wow, this thing I never expected I was going to see it in Japan.
Yes. Thank you so much. As I told you, first that shocked me was the language. that I thought definitely we are in the world, right? I might see English that is written somewhere, then I started getting shocked like, so I will not see anything that I can believe. How am I going to do that? I love reading. That is one. And the second, honestly, I work with Japanese embassy, but we don't have like open and closed door. Like you walk in and you see a door, the door open for you. So if I'm walking and see that I stop, then he shake me. You understand me? So that one also was part of my culture. So it makes me like I try like I could remember there was a supermarket. The moment you come close to it, then you make a sound.
Then the door automatically opens.
So then I begin like, this thing is really good. Then I'll go and stand close to it. Then
you open again.
Then I'll go and stand there and say, oh, this is so interesting. Yeah. And then also, another thing, because when I came first, really, the Ghanaian community here, we had a football, like every Sundays we go and play football. And the first Sunday that I came, first week, I have to come to Shibuya. And that very day when we were coming, we were in a train. Brother, amazing.
It was an amazing experience.
Amazing experience. And it also shocked me. Because see, in the train, I'm like watching out. And we reached in there, I didn't even want to get down. And you see people in the train, everyone is quiet. You see? And then, there's another thing that shocked me too, which, if I may say, like, when you meet somebody, Japanese, they will see you looking at you, they are smiling. You thought the person likes you, you want to talk to the person, and the person run away. You see, so that one, it keep on coming, keep on coming. So it's really
so you meet a Japanese, probably a lady or a guy. He looks at you and he's smiling, and you say, oh wow, this person. And the moment you make the attempt to talk to the person,
then the person fast, then the person like scared. When we came, those times really tough to get somebody to talk to, because all of them is like they are so nice. Actually, they are so nice. But when you want to talk to them, they run away because they are scared of having problems. You see, so that also was something like, is it going to be like this?
I was watching a Ghanaian professor who is a lecturer in France, and then he stayed here for a long time, and then I think that he solved a problem that most of us Africans have in Japan. He said that people think that Japanese people are racist, but in actual fact they are not racist. They don't know how to serve or attend to foreigners, and they are sort of making mistakes in serving you. So instead of that, they want to avoid making a problem that will hurt you.
I'll give you just tip, because as I was telling you earlier on, they thought, as you said, whatever they say, they haven't traveled before, so they will say it, and not the young ones. Mostly people who thought Japanese are racist, they always go in with the old people because they have never traveled before. They can ask me, it happened to me, like this, my work I'm doing, it happened to me a lot. And then if I may say, think it vice versa, I'll getting angry all the time. But they might ask you, why are you black? It's because they haven't seen black before. Even I'll tell you, some of Japanese here, some of them are in Japan yet. They have never traveled to Tokyo to see a lot of people walking on the street, like so many people. Most of them are like that. They haven't seen it. So it keeps them like, if they come to a city and see people, and they will start panicking, and then they will start saying anything. Even we black, when we're in Ghana, I might know definitely happened to you. The day you might taking something that you haven't eaten before, we the houses, when you started eating something that is so delicious, then you started saying anything that your speech can never even understand. They will take a block and chop you so that you shouldn't fall because the food is sweet. Japanese also have the same thing. They can sometimes get excited or get confused, and they started asking or telling you something which you never understand. So like racist issue. How could you see a black person and ask him, why are you black? Do you take shower? Seriously.
Well, with that said, what was your funniest experience with the Japanese language? Something that you wanted to do, but you knew that this thing was quite challenging in terms of the language. I couldn't read, and then you ended up doing something that turned out to be a mistake. But for today, if you sit back and remember maybe 18, 19 years ago, you can just love it. Is it me who actually did this thing 19 years ago?
Thank you so much. I remember when I came in the very first day I came, and then I waited the day I got 1 month. You know, I love celebration. When I get 1 month, I say, Kai, I have to celebrate my 1 month. That was October 26th. And I went to, I said, this one I will not invite anybody, I will not tell my friend. You know, it's hard to get chicken in Ghana when we, you know, so I saw this Kentucky. And the way they have Kentucky plenty. KFC. So we call it Kentucky here. When I saw it, and then I have a small amount, and I bought Kentucky. It's like 12 pieces, and they gave me. And when I took it from them, and I went to the seat where everybody comes in to buy. My brother, you know, I've never had a chicken plenty like that. I eat all the bones, and people are coming. You can see me, and you know they started, and they come and see, they laugh. And I was thinking they are making, they are happy for me. No, they didn't eat bones here. Why would I leave it? And the bones were so soft. So if I put it, crap. So it's really, and then when I came and realized that, my goodness, these people, they don't eat bones.
They don't eat a chicken bone.
And I say, oh my God, is that the mistakes I did? And then the second one too, you know, here, it came, those 2006. Those time was closer to this, I will not mention the name, but you know, if I use the word racist on Muslims, so they Japanese don't know much about Muslims this time. And it happened like their culture, as they believe, any black they see, they thought we are from America. And I went to wear my Muslim, they have one long jalbab, you know. I wear it, and my friends said, well, we are going somewhere. In fact, I was in that dress. Everybody was looking at me, and I was looking, apparently, no, the dress that they see, it looks great on me. So they were watching me, you know. And then I got to know that after my friend told me that I don't wear this dress and follow me. I said, oh my God. It's my use.
Wow. So moving on, 2006 probably was one of the hardest moments for Africans in Japan in terms of documentation, in terms of all those stuff. You go outside and probably, we've heard a lot of stories that some Ghanaians went to a lot of story time, some Africans had to struggle with the documentation and all of those things. Not you in particular, but do you recall any of such moments, whether it happened to a Ghanaian or an African, or you don't have to mention names, but one of those funniest stories?
The funniest story is the one who's sitting beside you. I tell you, the funniest story is the one who's sitting beside you.
Please tell us something.
Do you know that 2006 was the time that Ghana, this radio station, Peace FM, was raining a lot. Every morning, go, and then there's this DJ, Fifi Bansi. I swear, immigration came that time. If you are walking on the road alone, the police will stop you. So you have to hold. There's no refugee, nothing, and you have to hold somebody's card or passport who have visa here. And by then now, they don't have that type of thing. Even if you have permanent, inside your passport, you have to put a seal that you have a visa. So people can give their passport to other people and hold. And I was holding that one with my brother. Holding somebody's passport or alien card that is written that the person is in this country for 10 years and you can't even use it, come in Japanese, it sounds something. My first immigration to stop me, I tell you, I came to Japan for the longest time, I never had a running stomach. I never had a running stomach. And I remember that station until now. I just came in, I saw a very small boy, and by then, I used to take a small training, so I have, when they see me like, 60, they thought this guy in my runner, he just stopped me. And what they were saying, I don't understand, he said, passport. Now, I wasn't holding passport, I was holding alien card. And I said, passport? And they said, yeah, passport. Then my mind came out, maybe they want to see, and I didn't see them in uniform, I didn't hold any arm, but the way they were struggling, and I showed them the card, and when they were holding it, the Zaro card, when they hold it, and I was smiling, and I was like, and I didn't have any fear like they can arrest me or something. So when they gave it to me, and they said, oh, okay, then I left. Even when I left, I saw one guy, he was hiding, he saw me. Not being he also is in this country for a long time, and he told me, those people don't stop like immigration. I said, oh my God, immigration. So what they check if like they see something that maybe they say like they will take you, and he said they came for arrest and they are following somebody to the station and they meet me. But that, my brother, coincidentally, that day after they see that they're not maybe around our area, the next day I live. It's a 5-story building where we came in. Transferred the whole apartment. And me, as I'm still here, I set a record. I jumped from the 5th floor. I swear. And those viewers who are listening to me, who knows the story, everyone knows.
Wait. Yeah. You jumped from the 5th floor of the building.
And then how it happened, when they came early morning, around 5 o'clock, and my neighbor, but then we were 2 in the room. One was left first. When he was going outside, he got outside, they grabbed him and they put him in the bus. He left early. So they've already arrested him. And they put the bus, the bus entrance right in front of our building entrance. So the moment you come
just go straight to the bus.
They will check you if you don't have to put you, they will check. And we have many in that house. Africans, both Nigerians, Guinea, Ghanaians are many. It's not easy. And you know what happened? The one who was right close to my door, he was the one. He's a Cameroonian. His name is Christian. He was the one who knocked
on your door.
Door. You can't open door. He just kicked the divide. Then I was hearing. I see this guy. I wanted to sleep, so I didn't. Then I saw his call. But then we don't have internet, so we don't miss it. So I saw his call. I took my phone. And he said, Hassan, don't speak louder. We don't die for today. Then he said, if you don't surround the whole household. I swear, when he said that, my heart, I was sleeping, and I became like, wow, my eyes are open. And he said, I should watch from the doorknob. So I saw somebody was standing there, and he quickly. Our balcony door always will lock it. Then I put the partition down. Look, wow. There we were in the room. Then we were hearing shouting. Then they started pounding the door. But my friend also Christian. Then he called me. He was talking so. Then he said I should go in the toilet. And I went to the toilet. He was giving me guidelines. Then I also giving him. He said, you shouldn't go out. You should remain. They will not. They can't break the door. That one they will not break it. But they will be there until we go. So when you are panicked like that, you are in the room. When it happened like that, I was thinking something will happen. I I was thinking definitely something will happen. I was scared. So you know what I did?
What did you do?
I have a suit. This suit. I wear my suit immediately. I don't know what came over me. I swear. Not sports dress, anything. I just took my suit, wear my shoe, and I have a bag containing my passport. And then I have some small Quran. I have it in me. And then God's so good. My passport, instead of putting it in a bag, my suit, there's a place here.
In the inside pocket.
Inside pocket, and I put it. But I don't use wallets. Then I was watching, and then the guy told me, now they are not in the
In front of the door.
in front of the maybe they have moved. So when he said that, then I said, and I don't believe it. Then, you know, the door, unless you watch from the knob, then you will not see anything. The balcony, when I checked the balcony, our balcony is in somebody's house. So I checked the balcony, nobody there. I quickly opened the door. When I came from balcony, I swear, I don't know what came up with me. I jumped
From the fifth floor.
I swear. And when I jumped, when I should come and land, I landed one of my leg. I landed easy on a washing machine, and one of my leg entered in the washing machine.
You jumped from the fifth floor of a building
To somebody's house,
and then you landed on somebody's washing machine.
Washing machine.
One of your legs entered the washing machine.
and I didn't get to do nothing.
Nothing happened to you.
And when it happened like that, they were at the gate, so they have to run from the other side to come
to the house.
To that. When they saw them, there's a small wall there. Then I jump. They pursue me. They follow me. I swear.
Wow.
There you can see some of the guys. They gave me this name, Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Brother, the running I was going. So if that they hold me, that is finished. And they see where I see, I threw my bag. And the bag it was only Quran and some small papers. So, and when I ran like almost like 200 meters. They are following me. And God's so good. It was early morning, so I ran and entered some big parking. There are some people's car. I entered, and you see what God did. I swear, under somebody's car. There was a particular car I wanted to enter. It was a little bit up. Then I said no. Then I went and entered one that I see that this one, it's okay. Then I entered.
You entered the one.
Within short time, the one that I entered,
The one that in the car.
the one that I wanted to enter, rather move the car.
Wow. We've had episodes. We've heard stories. I'm telling you, Ichiban, this is the most interesting story you've ever heard on the One Africa One World show. Jumping from the fifth floor of a building, entering someone's washing machine, surviving without a broken leg, nothing, and using the Usain Bolt speed, top speed, to run for about 200 meters non-stop to escape this. This is amazing.
Yeah. And really,
This is amazing.
if I remember this always, then I'm saying what I just tell myself, maybe God knows the reason why now all this fame, I become fame, you know, and then God helped me through that. I didn't have any problem with immigration or police. I've never been to any police custody with any problem or crime
Or anything.
Yeah.
So the other people with you in the building
They arrested a lot of them.
deported and deported.
Some even have lost their life when they come home.
That's quite
And some even are in Ghana now. Sometimes I used to
communicate with them. Wow. Well, God had a purpose for you in Japan for what you've done now. Let's move on from that, because that one is that particular. This whole story is as interesting, sad, funny. It contains everything. So let's jump all those that, and then let's come to how you entered into the transport space in Japan. And transportation, I'm referring to you being the one and only black taxi driver in Japan. Did you drive any taxi or did you drive any commercial vehicle in Ghana? Did you have any experience like that before you came here?
Never.
You never had any experience. So what motivated you to take up that challenge of becoming
a taxi driver?
The sole black taxi driver in Japan?
You know, I was working right here, this building, Apple Store.
Apple Store?
Yeah, if I take you there right away, you might think, what did I do to the people? I became famous here. I was the only black. No, there was one Cote d'Ivoire guy with me working there, but you know, he is back and I'm in front all the time. So I was working the longest. I worked for 7 years, and
you're the longest serving staff there.
I'm part of the longest. There are still people there. Even Jaffe Guru, Apple. So when I was working with the Apple, he used to come there mostly. He used to come to the Apple Store mostly to purchase. When he even came, I was serving along. And you know, when I was working there, I find something. You know, traveling back to Ghana. No matter how it is, you travel back to your country. The days that they give me to travel is not all that like longest. And for longest time, I've been complaining to them. Before I worked with Apple, I worked with Costco. You know Costco, right? I worked with Costco before I moved. When Costco was giving me like 1 month, 2 months, so I thought, oh, Apple, they understand it's a very good company. When it terms of salary is really good. So I was thinking, really, I'll get something which I might do. So when I work longer and still, if I want to travel to Ghana, only 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you buy ticket $3,000 or 300 this big amount, and you only go 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's not sufficient. So I was then looking for, you know, when you work for long in any company, you need to think of how you upgrade yourself to the next level. So I think of next level must be something which any foreigner has done it before. So I quickly consulted a friend of mine, and he told me really he might advise me, because I told him I want a job that I can get more time, more. He said, give me taxi, and I said, taxi? Like the way taxi? He said yes. I said, who allowed me to drive taxi in Israel? Then he said, it's a matter of go to school and learn their language. And I speak very good Japanese, so definitely I should try. Give it a try.
Give it a try.
I said, huh? So really, I saw most of the taxis, and if I see the taxi, this is how I've been watching the taxi driver. And I said, this I can do. But only language, you see, maybe I might. Then I begin making inquiries, and they told me, oh, anything I want, they will teach me. I will not just go like the way we go in Ghana. You just paint your car, red and blue, then you take it brown, you are going, even if you don't have license. So when it happened like that, I make inquiries, and they gave me a company that I should go and ask them. So the first company I entered to start, they welcomed me fine, and they told me, oh, it's easy. You know, Japanese, they are kind. They will never discourage you. They always motivate you. So I didn't say the discouragement that would let me like down that I will not do. So I began to start with that company first, and then once I was there, I almost clicked like 1 year. Always going to school. If you see me, the money I save in the Apple, all is getting finished. I said, hey, you know. And the company also, now I became like a victim in the company. What I do is, if they drive, what I can do to get some small salary, because once you go to school, they pay you. Once you are learning to get your license, they pay you. That's what they do. So the company that I went first, they try to give me more salaries until they see that no, this guy wanted to use this opportunity, because in the morning if I come, the taxis, they have people who wash it. I will pack it very well, pack it, and they see that they have people who can do. If that one is making me not to learn and pass, then I should stop. I said, what? So the moment they have to stop, then someone told me there is another company, which is my company now, called Hinomaru Court, and they said, I called and they said, oh, they can, since I have already that first one, I've already passed the geography. I passed the geography, which is the
location.
I passed that one. Now, remaining the license itself. So when I went the second company, they told me, well, if I learn, I can do it. It didn't discourage me. It rather motivated me. And the one thing that they told me that makes me so happy, they told me, if I can be repeating whatever I learn, it's okay. So what? Only that they say, only that. Then they gave me a portion of Japanese language that I should read. When I was able to read it, I said, what? You read this one? Then you can do it. But the only thing, repetition. And then learning, save it, and go to the exams. What? And they tested me, I got it. Then I began to work with them. Ha! My brother, it took me, like going to write exams. That exams is that you learn, you go to the exams council. Today you write it. Then if you didn't pass, the next day you do. It's 100 questions. If you pass 90,
you are good to go.
You are good to go.
We will continue the conversation with Mr. Hassan Karim, the sole black taxi driver in Japan. Let's once again acknowledge our proud sponsors who are making this episode available for us. And my producer is telling me that we are proudly sponsored by Honeycomb Chocolate Tea here in Omotesando. If you happen to visit Omotesando, please pass through Honeycomb Chocolate Tea to enjoy one of the best experiences you will have in terms of tea. Bayside Modeling Agency. If you want to become a top modeling in Japan, contact Bayside Modeling Agency on 090-8301-1149. You're organizing an event, wedding, outdooring, any event of any sort, contact 2K Photos. 2K Photos for your best in terms of your visuals, in terms of your photos, videos, anything best. Contact 2K Photos on 070-4231-9331. Mama Efe Salon in Saitama will give you all the best in terms of your hairstyle. You can contact Mama Efe Salon on 090-8301-1149. And we are also proudly given the support by Panasonic Beauty here in Omotesando. They have given us this amazing background to bring you this episode. So we're going back to Mr. Hassan Karim, who is telling us how he became the only black taxi driver in Japan. Now, you've had your license, you've gone through the process, now you are driving. Can you tell us how the experience has been, especially with your customers? Because Japanese people are used to riding with their own people. They sit inside the taxis, either a Japanese man or a woman driving. Now they fly by a taxi, and here is a black guy from Africa, Ghana, Sukura to be precise, behind the wheel. They are surprised. What has been your experience with them?
Actually, my experience, because some of them watched before I begin, when I passed the exams, I had an interview on the television.
Oh!
Yes, I had an interview in the national television.
In the national television.
And then I appear also in the daily news, the graphic. So anyone who watches me now, even now, if you go to Google and you Google the first African taxi driver in Japan or the first black taxi driver in Japan, I will appear there and you see me in the Google. And then also, if you Google me and after you want to YouTube, you go to YouTube, also you see some of my videos. So some of them already seen that there is somebody. So, but those who don't know, the shock was too much. I remember someone told me, it wasn't a funny, but I would say it's funny. I nearly said, what? He stopped me, and he knows it's a taxi, normal, Japanese. He didn't know, and he sat down. And when we got to the, always when we got to the destination, when I started with the only taxi.
Okay.
Before we have the Uber. So when the person sit down and you ask him, where are you going? He tell you, okay, go to this station. Then you drive. So I remember when I got to the first, I think, shock customer that I had. I got to the place where he was supposed to alight.
All right.
And I opened the door and I said, okay, your amount is here. Then he see me say, oh, he said, he just asked me, you know what, you don't want to change. And I said, I'm the one. And when we went to was a very small darkness, not dark like in Africa, but there was light, but it wasn't too much bright. Then, we had almost like 5 minutes. He was shocked. He said, when did you start? I've never seen this one before. Are you sure? Then he looked at it, he asked me, is it not fake? I said, no, it's real.
But he didn't see the news on the TV.
But he not everybody watches news. So then he asked me, here, when you sit in a taxi, they give you a receipt. So when he paid, and I gave him a receipt, and the way he see my Japanese, and he said, oh wow, he said, oh, this country is making an amazing thing. You never see before, and I said, yeah, I'm the only black. And he said, oh my God. And then, within, I think, 15-20 minutes, I had a call from my company that there was somebody who called now, he had a shock. He went through and he was like his family. And I said, well, all the receipts that you give, the company telephone, the company telephone number. So, that was the first one I had. And the second one also, there was a lady who, she's an old woman. She sit in the and because she got shocked, she began to say anything. And I said, hey, my God. Do you speak Japanese? I said yes.
Yes.
Hey, do you read? I said yes. Yeah. Do you know the money? Then I told her, money. If you like, give me all your money inside. I will count it. But then he said, but then she started delaying my time. And she said, she used one word. He said, if they ask her, even she as a Japanese, to go and write that exams,
she will not be able to.
Never be able to get the licenses. So she has really given me a good rating, appreciation, and the way I speak the language. And then the last one, the last person who I would say also shocked. He was drunk. He was really drunk. And he vomited in a car. So when we see this type of people, we call police. And I call police. When the police came, they have to when they drunk and then you cannot touch them. You have to call police.
You have to call the police.
So I called the police. Came. They look at him. They gave him those times we don't have a rule that when a person vomited, he have to pay. So they were able to take him from the car. And then after they said, okay, they wanted to get his contacts in case anything they did. And then, those times there's no this law. Now there's a law when somebody vomiting in your car, the person have to pay you. That was $200. The person have to pay like 30,000 yen to you. So right now they have that before they say that. So when they have to go back. So I went back to the company and they changed the car. So I came back to the police and I told them that I thanked them that the way they helped me. I didn't know that is the rule that the police have to do all. And the police told me, yeah, we've taken his number. So maybe he might say, mostly one thing people who drank the next day, they will say they lost their phones.
They lost their items.
But we have camera and everything. So they said they took his number. Then the police, they told me, can you stay? I said, what? They said, wait. Then the policeman called patrol. They came, it was night, around 12 to 1. Then he called patrol. I asked him why. He said, wait. When they came, then he said, because he was alone, he was afraid to check me. He saw me driving the taxi, and I went and I come back. I tell you. And it's like, if somewhere I might say it's racist. So he gave me, I gave him the license and they watched. I said, oh my God. And then one of the police, among the policemen, he said, oh no, he wrote this one in the news. Then I go, oh my God, I'm free to go. Then I begin moving. When I went and parked somewhere. I started asking myself, is that how is it going to be? It's not easy. There are a lot, and there are some that even if I remember now, it's really funny. We'll not finish this interview today. Really.
Wow, this has been a joyride. I'm sure you watching us at home, either in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, in Egypt, in America, wherever you are watching us from, listening to this story, I'm sure you are amazed with this kind of narrations coming from Japan. But before you continue, there's one important message that I need to tell you. That African Home Touch restaurant in Rupongi, every Sunday, if you're a Ghanaian and you want to enjoy the best omutu and nkatsikwan, the one that you enjoy in Ghana, you're in Japan. Every last Sunday of every month, come to African Home Touch restaurant and enjoy the best. I know Mr. Hassan has been enjoying the best omutu at the African Home Touch.
African Home Touch is my home.
It's your home.
It's my home.
So if you happen to, now the summer is coming, a lot of people are traveling to Japan. You come to Japan, you want to really experience African food, visit African Home Touch restaurant for the last Sunday of every month omutu special. Mr. Hassan, let's drift a little bit away from your experiences with driving the taxi and all that. We also understand that you are into politics and you are one of the first people to be involved in terms of the formation of the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, the party in power in Ghana. They are wing in Japan. You are one of the founding members. Can you please, this is not a political discussion, but it's important. Can you please narrate to us why you thought it was important to form an NDC caucus in Japan? And what is the size of the membership? How many people do you have? How many NDC members do you have? And what's your aspiration? What do you seek to do with the NDC association in Japan?
Thank you so much. You know, wherever you are in this world and you belong to a country which have fourth republic and then you don't follow politics, I might say you are losing a lot of things. And you know, Ghana as a whole, most people always says, Ghana, if you want to release your stress, just get a data. And if you believe in politics, also get a data. The way our country, you know, when you come and see a beautiful cities like this, what is happening in our country, and then you just sit down, you not organize yourself. If I'm talking, I'm not talking like only NDC, but the political as a whole, the political parties as a whole, either MPP, NDC. When MPP was in power, they have a huge MPP community here. And we started when I came here. By then, Kufuor was in power when I came. Within short time, Tamis came. Then we said we should have NDC Japan branch. So we started like a small, but before we realized growing. And then, to be honest with you, when we had the NDC Japan, we had delegation from Ghana. The president came to visit. I can remember most of the ministers by then, they all came to visit. And we had a lot of discussion concerning our country. And it helped us a lot. Atamis, he also visited here for when he passed away. We also had his funeral here, very big. And I would say, when MPP came to power, although you know the political party who is in power is always making the other opponents who are not in power like our
trying to suppress you small.
yes, but we were still communicating, and still as I'm speaking with you, we still have the huge NDC.
What is the size of the NDC supporters? What the size? How many members do you have?
I'll tell you honestly, we have more than 200. 200? Yes.
Oh, that's huge.
And there are more, because I'm only talking of Tokyo now. What we're trying to do now, if God permits, like the other Kanto areas, we will try to bring them all together. Like now we only have Tokyo, which is Saitama, and then Yokohama also. We have a lot of people. And one thing that makes me happy now, well, NDC came to power. Then we realized that in Yokohama we had a lot of supporters also there. They're also trying to make it like a one team there. Then we let them understand that in Tokyo we are here already. So we all became together. And when we are having our victory party, I think you were there, right? Or you weren't there? Oh, you wasn't there. The victory party was really, it wasn't early. The victory party, you will never know either this person is an NDC, this person. I may say all Ghanaians, because everyone want to change. Everyone want to change. So we had it very big, and we still hope, like as I'm speaking with you, to have it more than how we are expecting it.
Now NDC is in power. What are you expecting from your party's administration?
Thank you. NDC is in power. We also want to back the NDC in Ghana. Whatever we have, like the beautiful things that we see here, the changes that we want, like we are in advanced country. You don't tell me that Ghana is more advanced than Japan. Japan is more advanced than Ghana. So what can help the country? What make MPP lose more was, they don't listen. And we now, as we live here as NDC people, or as the Ghanaians in Japan, right? All the Ghanaians in Japan. If we see something that is not going through well, like in Ghana, and you want to voice out, who are you going to talk to? Well, now that NDC is in power, together with our president or chairman here that we are, if we see something that we wanted it to change in Ghana, and we give that voice, it will change for us. You understand me?
Well, we have done close to an hour talking to Mr. Hassan Karim, the sole black taxi driver in Japan. If there's one thing, just one thing that you advise any Ghanaian or any African traveling to Japan for the first time and hoping to be here for maybe a longer period, what is that one single advice that you give to
One single advice is simple. Make sure if you are like a Ghanaian, not a Ghanaian who speaks French. Whilst you are learning the English, make sure to know some phrase of Japanese, like a communication, because that will help you when you come here. There's opportunity here, but with the language, and it will surprise you. People talking about the visa-ish aspect, but when you come and you learn the language, communication is what makes people, even together with people who are like refugees. If you don't understand how to write English, how would you write your story? You see, but that one is there. You write your stories in English, but the language. People now, as I'm speaking with you, there are certain things I wanted to tell, like the viewers. Due to my work as a driver, I pick people from airports, drop them.
This is Jafric Radio.
Visitors, like taking them to
Jafric Radio.
Because I learned the areas which I know is going to be a sightseeing. And then secondly, if you want to go to immigration for anything, I will take you there. But believe me, the experience I've had a lot from this our African people. I'm not doing for only Ghana, I'm doing for Africa. And I'm giving people a work a lot. If you're looking for a job, you just contact me. And if you have a good visa, contact me, I'll give you a job. I can't remember the viewers who are watching me, those who they know I've given them jobs, I know they can say a lot. You see, but the more important, there's job, but the language is the barrier. Language is most difficult. You see, so if you don't understand, at least you should know how you can use the phrase, the greetings, and then like a small communication, it will help you.
It's important.
And now Ghana, now the Japanese embassy in Ghana has also collaborated with JICA, and they are now teaching people how they can learn the language in Ghana. So if they learn, there's some level. If you learn it, they bring you to Japan and put it directly into company. They are doing that too. But most people, the trick is people go in first for the learning, reading and writing. I'll tell you, it's vice versa. Especially with the Africans, learn the communication,
how to speak the language.
The language easier for you to read and write
it. Well, the man who knows it all, in fact, the man who jumped from the 5th floor of a building and survived under the car, became a public figure in Japan. I've taken my time. Listen, the man who survived jumping from the 5th floor of a building and then passing through all that to become one of the most famous personalities in Japan, featuring on national television, featuring on all platforms, has given you a very, very critical and important advice. So please pay attention to that and listen before you travel to Japan. It's very, very important. It's been an exciting, very, very exciting episode on the One Africa, One World show. We've been speaking to Mr.Hassan Karim. So we are wrapping up the conversation with Mr. Hassan Karim. I know you've enjoyed the conversation, but before we let him go, he's been in Japan for close to 20 years, so he knows a lot of people. We are going to do something you've never done before. Mr. Hassan Karim, please, want you to extend greetings to at least 10 people. 10 people in Japan. And then in Ghana, but most importantly, those people in Japan that you first came and then you've been around. So I want you to greet.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my greetings goes first of all to my best friend. His name is Ibrahim Andy. He does container in Yokohama. And people who are in Machida. If I would say, I'll mention the whole names because, as I'm in a frame and I have a lot of friends. If you can
try as many as you can.
As many, okay? Yeah, people like Sly, and then also Manos Raka, and then I have them like, it won't come, but Rashid in Osaka, Darlington in Osaka, and when it comes to Saitama, my only and one, my big uncle, Mr. Zimbo, Joseph Zimbo, and then my greetings also goes to the people, the community in Shibuya. Shibuya group, we have some young Shibuya group there. We have them a lot, and then the Diamond ladies who are also there. My greetings to them. And I cannot forget the Nigerians in Shinjuku, the Nigerians in Shibuya, and also the Cameroonians. If I say Cameroonians, we have a lot of Cameroonians here. Yeah. So all the Cameroonians from Douala, I can't even forget. I can't mention the name. Yeah. And then let me go from the chairmen and the presidents who are leading them in this country, like the Nigerian Union president, Mr. Nafken. He's always connecting. My greetings to you. He has done a lot to me on this, my fame. Before I became famous in Japan, he was also part of it, who makes me proud, and he motivated me a lot. And then the Cameroonians, somebody like, should I say, Tufo, and then also, the name is very big. And then also my best friend, Mr. Bates, with his African touch, the owner, yeah. And then I will not forget Tina at Osaka, Tina at Soka, yes. And then I have a sister, Mimi. She also beat her from China. She speaks China language like her. She speaks Chinese language more than even English. My greetings to you. And then my only and one, Vidash. my greetings to you, and also all the Ghanaian Muslims who live in Japan, my greetings to you. And I will never forget the Japanese people who are also watching me. Why would I forget the Ghana Association? You know, I'm a member, and if I may tell you, the Ghana Association in Japan, I'm their I'm their sports and culture executive member. Yeah. So I may say my greetings to the Ghana Association in Japan, and then my only in one Mama, our ambassador, Her Excellency. My greetings to you. Because she has been there for me, and all the embassy staffs. I'll never forget you. So if you are looking at me now, ciao, my greetings to you. So I can't mention all.
Yeah,
they are there a lot.
At least you've done enough.
One more thing. If you see me, I didn't mention your name. You are the one I love more. That's why I forget your name. So I love everyone.
You love everyone.
I love everyone. Those that I forget, you are the one I love you more. So don't forget. And
so we are wrapping up.
Yeah.
But a key information. You are traveling from
This is Jafric Radio.
From Nigeria, from Cameroon, from South Africa. You are Ghanaian traveling from the United States, from the United Kingdom to Japan. You get to Narita in Tokyo. Please make sure that you contact Mr. Hassan Karim to pick you from the airport to your destination in Tokyo. He's the one who is going to deliver you. So you're going to, I don't know if you would like to do that. You are going to allow him to mention his customer line. So if you are setting off from Kotoka International Airport or from the Mohammed Murtala International Airport in Nigeria or wherever you are coming, so you send me a message that you give him your itinerary. We're going to arrive on this certain date at this time. So Mr. Hassan Karim will be at the airport to pick you up to your destination safely. He knows all the nooks and crannies in Tokyo. In fact, in Japan, not just Tokyo, he knows everywhere. So he's just going to give us his contact.
And then one more thing. Since I became the first African taxi driver in Japan with my license and everything, you know, without the license, you cannot pick somebody and take money. If you're having a local license and you take somebody and drive him and something happens, they catch you, no abo. So with me that I have my license, I can take you and then whatever negotiation we do, but my price is really cheaper. I will negotiate with you before I pick you. And then they've given me a chance. I can go now inside with my license. Our license, when they check it as a taxi, you are allowed to enter inside. Yeah, and then we have some tag also that they can allow you, I can help you everything. So especially those who are coming new, I will not say I know everything about the immigration, but I can help you with the language, with everything. And if you want to go to immigration, you know, most of the people who go in for people who go there for refugee. If you want to go, you call me. I can take you. Or if you are not a refugee, citizen, and you want to go to immigration, you want like use 1 day to go around with your family, you just contact me. If you contact me early, I'll go with you. And my job, I'm always there.
So give your contact number that they can send you a WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yeah. My contact number is 090 6047 7809. I repeat it again. If you want to call from outside, you have to add +81 90 6047 7809. So that is the number, and the name is Hassan. You call me and book your ride, and I'll be there with you. Yes, thank you so much.
So this is where we draw the curtains down on today's exciting episode. I mean, we've interviewed a lot of guests on this particular episode, One Africa, One World show. For me, this is my number one, top notch. I've enjoyed every single moment of the interview from start to finish. And I know we are sure that you watching at home has also enjoyed this episode, especially the outside view. If you are watching from Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Liberia, wherever, and you haven't seen Japan before, this is live from Omotesando in Shibuya, Tokyo. This is where the live episode has been coming to you from. Before we go, we have to once again acknowledge our proud sponsors who made this possible to happen. The first one, Bayside Modeling Agency. You have dreams of becoming a top model in Japan, anywhere in the world. Contact Bayside Modeling Agency for them to give you all the tricks on how to become a top model in Japan. Contact them on 090-8301-1149. You are also planning an event, your wedding, your party, your outdoor naming ceremony, whatever it is. Funeral. Contact 2K Photos for best shots and videos. They do everything, package it for you. Contact them on 070-4231-9331. 070-4231-9331. 2K Photos for the best. And now we go to Mama Efe Saloon. You're a lady. You want the best in terms of hairstyle to look beautiful. Coming okay. Sugoi. Chiban Kie. Contact Mama Efe Saloon in Saitama on 090-8301-1149 for your best in terms of the hairstyle. And today, you see this drink. You watch it. Honeycomb chocolatey. Honeycomb chocolatey is the best. I mean, you enjoy it. It is done here in Omotesando. So when you come, anytime you pass through Omotesando, make sure that you pass through Honeycomb chocolatey to enjoy the best in terms of your taste. And this whole environment was also made possible by Panasonic Beauty. Panasonic Beauty here also in Omotesando inside Shibuya, Tokyo. The best. Oh, look up to you. No facial today. My producer saying so facial. The last one. The last Sunday of every month. Come to Riponge, African Home Touch Restaurant. Enjoy your best. In fact, the most delicious omoto with nkati and some chicken and some mackerel like that inside. Everything inside. The last Sunday of every month, make sure that you visit African Home Touch Restaurant at Rupongi for the best. Until we come your way once again with another episode of the One Africa One World Show, this has been your host, Emmanuel Akyereko.
Afei na grone beye de. We are Ghana near Japan, Tokyo. Jafric Radio, in collaboration with African Home Touch Restaurant and Bar, present you a Mutuo Special.
Mutuo Special.
Kwesiede Katuo Bosumenu Biara, Brani ni Ghana ni Africa Diane Papa B. From jollof rice, a kopimu fufu, team, from high life to Afrobeat, and young Papa Niye Yenke Nasawati. Every last Sunday of the month, a Hane Bosso, Untimi New Film. Number na jimunchiremu 090-8301-1149. Mutuo Special.
This is Jafric Radio.
Home Touch Restaurant and Bar. Let's bring a taste of Africa to Tokyo. Nyuma kuwe boya chidon. Jafric Radio, Japan. Africa Home Touch Restaurant, Roppongi, Tokyo. Yentimin Kane, Bra Yen ni Ghana Diane Papa B. Yan toke semfa Ghana nyum Papa B Niasa. Brininiye Jafric Radio, connecting you to the African diaspora worldwide. Wait dear at the Mufua. Are you an African living in Japan? Do you have a story to share about your experiences in this fascinating country? Join Emmanuel Akyereko on One Africa One World on Jafric Radio, the program that connects Africans in Japan and shares their unique stories, from immigration issues to cultural shocks, and from racial challenges to unforgettable moments. We will explore it all. Tune in every fortnight to hear inspiring, thought-provoking, and sometimes humorous conversations about life as an African in Japan. Don't miss One Africa, One World on Jafric Radio, the voice of Africans in Japan. Are you an African living in Japan? Do